Hi, welcome to PHP and MySQL video. This is a list of suggestions how you can use this video. The notes for this video can be found here at this URL, which is loaded here. And we are in step 5, MVC pattern example 10. And we are doing the step 1 of step 5, which is creating a view, user interface, okay? So we have, so if you go to your C drive, C10 myPHP eg009. So I have this open here, and I also have my C10 myPHP eg010 model. So I'm going to work with these two folders pretty closely. So we have a database connection file which is already open, with Notepad++ here. And we successfully connect to the database. But if something goes wrong, we want to show the database error. And in example 9, we use 9b database error. In example 10, we are not going to use 9b, obviously. We are just going to call it database error because we don't need to sequence our files in a certain way and put it in a certain sequence anymore. So we just call it database error. Control S to save the file here. And then we are going to copy our 9b database error. Copy. Right-click copy, right-click paste, and rename it to database error.php, and then open this in Notepad++. Okay, so we have a database. If something goes wrong, it comes here, okay, which is just show the error. And in database, we want to create an error. So we say password is cfu888, wrong password. Control S to save. And of course, we don't have main.css, so this page is going to look really weird. Let's try that. Come over here. Go to localhost, myPHP, eg010. Go to model, database. So we see an error page. Looks good, but no main.css, so we need that, right? So there are two ways to do that. One way is to copy from here. Okay. One way is to copy from eg009. So let's just copy from here. So you right click here, save link as into your C drive, temp, myPHP, eg010, and we save it into here. Okay, we save it into just here, into the main folder of eg010 save. All right, and then we have our, if we go up, we have our main.css here. So if you open this in Notepad++, we realize that this is pretty much the same file we look at in eg009. Okay, everything is the same. So let me just leave it there for now. Okay, come back here, look at your error page. Actually, it's not the error page, it's the database file, but it showed the error page. And, oh no, it's still not showing the color. What is going on? So if you go to your database error, you realize that this one assumes the main.css is in the same folder, but your main.css is one level up from where the file is, which is in the model folder. So you have to go one level up. And to go one level up, relative link, you have to create two dot and a slash, means one level up. Control S to save, come over here in the file structure, one level up, and you should see the correct main.css loader here. Okay. And then in example 9, we realize that we just keep copying files, and this header and this footer actually get duplicated in a lot of places. Okay, which is not the right thing to do because if one fine day your company want to change the header, normally company, applications have a standard header and with certain links on top. Someday if they want to change the header, you have to open each file and change the header. Okay, which is a lot of work. You don't want to do that. So you want to put the header and the footer into view, you're right. So the first thing we do is go to example 10, go to the view and create a new empty file. Right click new text document, call header.php. Are you sure? Yes. And then create a new text document called footer.php. Are you sure? Yes. And then we open both in Notepad++. And obviously both are empty, right? So for the header, so now I can switch between files. So in the header, I'm going to go to database error and copy, actually cut. Okay, did I have a description for cut? Yep, I have a. Okay, so I don't have cut, so Control X is cut, which is pretty scary. So if you don't like, you can also Control C to copy first, and then and then take it out by delete. But Control X is a cut. Okay, so we go to database error and go from the header doc type all the way to the header because this part don't change. Okay, go for Panda shell don't change. So you can right click cut or Control X to cut. That's both fine. Okay, let me try Control X. Control X to cut. Go to header. Control V to paste. Or right click paste. That will also work. Okay, and then do a file save. Or Control S to save. Both are fine. And then we need a footer. Go to your database error. So from footer to HTML, Control X to cut. Go to footer. Control V to paste. Control S to save. So all the shortcuts are here. Cut, paste, save. Okay. And then we need to load these two files. So you go back to your database error. So here you do a PHP include. As you know by now, include have different syntax. You can put a bracket around it. You can don't put bracket around it. Even here, that will work. So now you are in model folder. So your database error file is in model folder. So you have to go one level up first to example 10 and go one level down to the view folder where the header and footer is. So you have to go one level up. // is one level up, one level down, go to the view folder, and then find the header.php file. Okay, Control S to save, and then you reload here, you will get a header. So now you do the same thing for the footer. You copy this, Control V to paste, change the header to footer, Control S to save, reload. Your database is fine. Your display is fine. Okay. So now you have created a header file and you have a footer file, and then you have this link that you can reuse throughout the program. So you don't have to rewrite. You don't have to duplicate the code for the header and footer anymore. You just keep reusing. So that's the beauty of the view. Okay. All right. So we started the first two files for the view and using database error. We are good. So now I can close my header, close my footer, and I can also close my database error, close my main.css, and now I don't like the error anymore, so we know that it works, so we can change the password back to Sifu88, Control S to save, reload here. You don't see anything because I comment out the connection successful error successful message, so we know that it works now. Okay, database is good. So I can close the database. So we just keep this guy here. Now I don't need that. I can go, can I go back? If I go back, yep, I can go back. And then I can go back. So I look at example 10 again. So we created two files in model and two files in view. Let me reload. Two files in view. Okay, so if you look at it here, we have two files in model and two files in view, and we have the main.css here. Okay, so we're good. And in the next video, we are going to start the controller. Okay, and I think that's a good place to stop because my video is getting too long. So we'll be right back in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you soon.